Howdy guys, this is Josh. This is Programming with Josh here, and today we're going to go over the Leetcode question, lexicographically, lexicographically smallest palindrome. Alright, so this is marked as an easy question. It's pretty easy, so let's get into it. You are given a string S consisting of lowercase English letters, and you are allowed to perform operations on it. In one operation, you can replace a character in S with another lowercase English character or letter. Your task is to make S a palindrome with the minimum number of operations possible. If there are multiple palindromes that can be made using the minimum number of operations, make the lexicographically smallest one. I don't think I'm saying this right, but we're going to go with it anyway. A string A is lexicographically smaller than a string B of the same length. If in the first position, where A and B differ, string A has a letter that appears earlier in the alphabet than the corresponding letter in B. Okay, so pretty much what they want us to do is they want us to go through the input, and if it's not a palindrome, and for those of you guys that don't know, a palindrome is a word that's the same backwards as it is read forward. So like race car, there's other ones, but that's the only one that comes to mind, honestly. So there's race car. It's a really simple one. If you didn't get this answer, then it's completely fine. It's, you know, if you're new to Leetcode, then it takes a while to get used to all these questions. Even for me, sometimes I struggle on these like easy ones. But yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna solve this issue in C++. So okay, here I'm gonna pull up a Microsoft Paint. So the way we're gonna solve this is the input is gonna be a string, and it's gonna equal. Now, if we look at the output, we'll use this as an example. If we look at the output, it's A, B, B, A. So we'll do A, B, B, A. This is the output. So one of the things that really helps me is trying to like reverse engineer what the output is to kind of help with the algorithm. It helps me figure out what the algorithm is to reverse it. So we have A, B, and then B, A. So one of the first things that comes to mind is, in order to see the differences between the input and the output, is we have to reverse this initial string here. So the initial string would be D, C, it would be D, C, B, A. Sorry, I'm doing this with my mouse. I know it's terrible. You gotta bear with me here. But so you got D, C, B, A. Now, one thing that we can do is we could compare. So this is the original string. What we could do is we could compare both of these, because to the computer, this isn't necessarily a string. It's actually a number. And so the number that these letters represent is ASCII. And so what you can do is, which is pretty cool actually, here, let me pull up Visual Studio real quick just to give you guys a little example. So a little cool thing that you can do in C++, and this works in C# as well. Let's do int number equals, and then A. You can set a char or a single letter as an integer. So if we see out this, I think I have to do std here because I'm not using the namespace. So if we see out here, you'll see we'll get a number, which we get 97 here. And then if we put in B, if we put in B, I think we get 98. Yeah. So as you can see, it's slowly incrementing based on the letter. So we pretty much use that same principle to compare both of these initial values and to get the result. So to do that, what we can do is first let's make a string to hold our reverse string. So we're going to do string reversed string equals S. Now what we're going to do, we're going to use the reverse function that's in C++. So we'll do reversed string dot begin, and then reversed string dot end. Okay, so now the string should be reversed. What we can do here is if reversed string does not equal the original string, we'll run through this. Next, what we'll do is we're going to use a for loop here. And so what we're going to do, we're going to iterate through the original string. We're going to iterate through both the strings and we're going to compare them. So let's do, so since string s, since both the strings are the same length, we could do either s.size or we could do reverse.size. It doesn't really matter here since they're both length. Since both of them are the same length. So we'll do for I equals 0, I is less than s.size. Okay, so within this for loop, we're going to iterate through the strings and compare them. And this is where the magic happens. We're going to see if our initial string, the position of I on the initial string is less than the position of the reverse string. So we can do this either way. We could do s.i or reverse.i. It doesn't really matter. But the important thing here is to include the less than operator here. So reverse string dot I, or reverse string I, I'm sorry. And then we'll just go ahead and do results. So if this is true, we're going to do result si, result plus equals si. So what this is going to do is this is going to append the character to the result. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to add our else statement here, and else is reverse, or result plus equals reversed string. Okay, and then one thing that I forgot to do here, we should do this here, string result. Want to initialize this variable here. This kind of helps with optimization a little bit because we're not, so like let's say the reverse string is already a palindrome. So if once we run across this if statement, we could just return, if this equals to be true, we just return the reverse string here. So this kind of helps with optimization a bit because then you're not initializing memory. So anyway, but once we're done with that, we just return the result. And that should be all that she wrote. Let's go ahead and run it. Oops. So I kind of messed up here. So what we want to do is we want to do return reverse string. So if this if statement is false, then we just return the reverse string. And then within the if statement, we just return the result. And then from here, we should be able to, it should run. And all code paths should return something. It'd help if I spelled it right. Yeah, we're going to leave this in. I'm going to leave this troubleshooting stuff in because, I don't know, going through these Leetcode questions can be really tough. So yeah, we'll just do this. I'm just going to leave this in just as like a motivation for you guys that, like, you know, I feel like everyone wants to portray themselves as like perfect, but you know, we're all a work in progress. So yep, here's the result. And yeah, hopefully guys, hopefully this video helped you guys. And yeah, best of luck to you guys on your journey, your Leetcode journey. And yeah, keep at it. You know, if you found this one hard, then, you know, if you keep, the more you do, the easier it gets. Just like with anything. So keep at it. Thanks for watching. Bye.